We are live in Catoosa, Oklahoma as the Grove Ridgerunners come to town. They're 3-0 and ready to keep that winning streak alive, but today they're going up against the Indians. Indians had a big win last week against the Inola Longhorns 10-7 on a really action-packed, really defensive-minded ball game. But this one we got in store for you today looks to be like it could be action-packed as the Grove Ridgerunners have some playmakers. Isaac Sheffield, a receiver, Ezra Gates, a running back, and Jackson Gaines, their quarterback. A little bit of a question mark around Jackson Gaines. Could be out for this one, but we will monitor that one here before game time. Catoosa on the other side has Tanner Casey, Brogan O'Neill, Michael Blendowski. Plenty of playmakers there for that Indian side, and we'll be back with the action right after this. This is Southern Sports Network.
Make fall all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension. 0% financing for 48 months. Visit TNG Power Equipment in Claremore to see the full line of Ferris mowers. Call 918-923-6712 or visit our website.
We are live here in Catoosa, Oklahoma, Frank McNabb Field. It's the Grove Ridgerunners going up against the Catoosa Indians. The Ridgerunners 3-0, the Indians 2-1. So we're in store for a high-action ball game. We're in store for a great ball game, and we'll see who can go into conference play with a W. This is Southern Sports Network. I'm Carter Randolph. This is Kyle Sullivan. Kyle, from last week, which was a really defensive-minded battle for the Indians. What are you expecting here in this one? Are you expecting that offense to kind of pick up the pace a little bit, maybe put more than 10 points on the board?
I do expect that for sure. Both teams come in with over 600 yards passing so far in their game so far. So if they can get rolling, they both want to pass the ball.
Exactly.
And so, but I do like Catoosa if it's a defensive battle. They're showing resiliency. And what I liked last week is that the offense wasn't clicking how it was in week 2, but the defense stepped up. And so they're playing really complimentary football right now, and it's a fun time to watch.
Should be a good matchup. Grove went to Sapulpa last week and got the W 16-6, so they kind of had a defensive battle as well. So we'll see what adjustments they make coming into week 4. We are at the coin toss right now, and Avon Robbins, Boomer Lovins are a couple of guys we look for on that defensive side of the ball. Just two playmakers. Boomer Lovins, I mean, you can see him from a mile away. He's so big, especially on that Catoosa side. I mean, he is just a menace. And Avon Robbins, kind of an all-around linebacker, definitely can move around and make a couple big plays if needed.
Yeah, you see in the first 3 weeks that if a play needs to be made, Boomer, Tanner Casey, some of those guys that play both ways, they got an engine on them, and they ain't afraid to hit somebody or run away from somebody.
No doubt. And of course, Jackson Gaines, the quarterback of the Ridgerunners, might be out for this one. We are monitoring that. We're going to wait to see. We'll see if they get the ball to start to get the opening possession, but we never know. Maybe the Indians might get an opportunity to drive down the field. But this is week 4. This is Class 4A, and this is Catoosa Indian football. We're going down to the field, and we're about to get into the action right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Ridgerunners will receive the ball first. The Indians will get the ball to start the half. But first, we need that Indian run out of their tunnel, the green and white Indian tunnel. And last week, they had a big win for the Battle of the Ports. They took home the trophy for the first ever edition for the Battle of the Ports, which had a couple of different people involved. Thank you to the Port of Catoosa. Thank you to the Port of Inola. A bunch of great causes and a great trophy, a great game last week. So, yeah, definitely enjoyed that. But we're moving on. We're in week 4. We're looking to see if Catoosa can make it 2 wins in a row this week and move to 3-1. Maybe give them a leg up coming into conference play. And here come the Indians. Are running out, led by Tanner Casey and Logan Hargrove, the corner and receiver / safety, a couple of playmakers. Logan Hargrove been a little quiet this year, but definitely a key part of that defensive side, as he is in Coach Guerrero's eyes, their lockdown corner. I mean, he will be on that number 1 receiver, Kyle, and he is a guy who can definitely make a play, number 1, Logan Hargrove.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to see how many playmakers they have, and when they're all firing together, they're all working together. And it's a really tough team.
Yeah,
we haven't seen a full game put together yet, so that's what you got to be looking for if you're the coaching staff here at Catoosa. Is can we put it all together for a full 60 minutes?
Exactly. We need 4 quarters, not 3, not 2. We need all 4 tonight, as this is going to be a battle from start to finish. And I gotta say, Kyle, the black uniforms look sweet.
Oh,
gotta say, love them a little bit more than the green ones last week. So I think Coach Guerrero, we might need to pull these ones out a bit often, because these things are looking nasty, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, the white helmet. We got Rep Schlager right there clapping his hands, getting ready for the kickoff. And of course, Catoosa's kicker, special teams specialist, I should say, is Michael Blendowski, the Swiss Army knife of this team. Does a little bit of everything. Expect him in the run game, expect him in the kicking game, and definitely expect him in the passing game. Definitely a guy to watch out on this Indian football team. It's a beautiful Friday night. Not looking forward to leaving after this. It's going to be about 45 degrees. It's going to be pretty miserable, but we got a 4A football game to get started here, as the refs are making some last-minute adjustments. And it looks like Grove was missing a player. Not a good way to start this one, only having 10 men out there.
You know, they said, hey, it's hard to count to 11. There's some college teams that have trouble with that. So
I know. Coach looked at him and said, we've been practicing all week, brother. So we are underway. Blendowski, a little bit of a pooch kick, and he misses it. And that ball's still out. But Grove able to scramble for it. Number 17 tried to catch it, dropped it, and ends up falling on it. So not a bad return there for the Ridgerunners, as we're going to get the ball on the 30. And we'll see if Boomer Lovins and Avon Robbins can get off to a good start here for this Indian defensive side. Like we said, Jackson Gaines, the usual quarterback here for the Ridgerunners, a senior, is a little banged up right now, so we might not be seeing him tonight. We're expecting number 5, which number 5 is Gavin Wyatt, a junior, looking to make his first start of the year here for the Ridgerunners out here at Frank McNabb Field. In first play, they're going to hand it off. Kyle, there's about 3 black jerseys there. Good team tackle, good rally.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's how you want to start off the game. It looked like it was developing a little bit slow, and they wasn't really moving too fast, and so defense knew, hey, get up the field.
Exactly. Get up, get after him, and that was kind of a problem for Catoosa last week. Only ended up giving up 1 touchdown last week, but it seemed like that quarterback could get out of the pocket and make some yards basically out of nothing at any given moment. So definitely something to look out for. See if this Catoosa defense can contain these Ridge Runner playmakers. QB Reed, quarterback, tries to keep it up the middle and gets slammed. I think he got about 3 or 4. Going to make this 3rd and long. And we already have a man down. He's good. Looks like he might have got rolled up on, but I think he's good to go. Number 52, Jose Rodriguez, went down for a second. But he plans on sticking this one out, completing this first drive, maybe get a quick 3 and out, get this Indian offense on the field. Avon Robbins has a clear shot, misses him, but Boomer Lovins is right there to clean it up. The 2 guys we talked about pregame make a huge play on 3rd down in this opening possession, and that should be a punt for the Ridge Runners. Brogan O'Neill and the Indian offense should have a chance here right after this. You can see on the replay, Evan Robbins, number 20, I mean, he doesn't look that big, but man, is he a playmaker. He's fast, and he can get around almost any block. And then Boomer Lovins, he actually is big. He'll just blow you right up.
Yeah, you see as linebackers coming through, he didn't even see him. So it's a good punt there. Takes a good bounce for Grove for sure.
Number 7 should have let it keep rolling. Who knows, that baby might have rode the white line.
Yeah, it's not a kickoff. It can go out of bounds.
I know. I saw a punt, man. I think it was Georgia high school football. Dude was pinned back on the goal line, man. I mean, he had about a foot of room to get this thing off, and he tried to kick it quick because they were coming. Kick that baby straight up, man. We'll put it on the one, their own one. It was a tough look, but like I said, I mean, he was pinned, man. I mean, he had to get rid of it quick. And, instead of doing the low liner, ends up hitting the fly ball. Basically looks like my flop shot that doesn't go about 5 feet. So, it's Brogan O'Neill under center. Blendowski to his left. They're going to give it to Blendowski. A nice ankle tackle there. Gets him down at the line of scrimmage. Going to make it 2nd and 10.
Brought down after a gain of 1 on the play by number 35, Garrett Hollenbeck.
And Brogan O'Neill, the quarterback for this Indian offense, he had a good first 2 weeks, was really airing it out, was really in rhythm, on point, was showing his accuracy, and then week 3 came, and he just kind of took a step back, which we don't expect perfection, but I do expect Brogan O'Neill to make some quick adjustments here in this one as he gets it to his big man, and he snags it out of midair for about 3 yards.
Yeah, he stole that away from him.
Yeah.
That's what size will do. Size wins.
No doubt Boomer Lovins gets it, and then is able to push his way for another 2 yards, make it 3rd and a little bit more manageable. It's still not where Coach Guerrero and this offense want to be right now. 3rd and about 7 here.
Grove is having a really hard time communicating right now.
Their formations are all out of whack. Definitely.
Looks like a blitz coming.
They only bring 4 and should have been caught by Seth Charles, but ends up going through and hitting him right in the shoulder pad, and that's going to make it 4th and 7.
Man, he caught that in rhythm. It was going to be a big gain.
Exactly. He had one more guy to beat, and the way it was looking, I think he might have been able to get around the edge. Yes. That is going to be 2 3 and outs here to start. Ridgerunners go first with the 3 and out, and then the Indians answer right back with the 3 and out of their own. This brings us to Michael Blendowski, who will give us a punt, try and pin the Ridgerunners back. Took a little bit longer than I liked, but was able to get it off. Kind of a scary return there from number 85. Came up to get it and had to extend those arms, man. Lucky to get away with that one. Return man here is 85. Isaac Sheffield, one of our pregame guys to look out for. Definitely a playmaker here for this Ridge Runner offense. Pins him down at the 42. Did you end up watching that Cowboys game last night, Kyle?
I did not. I did not.
You didn't miss much.
I didn't have a dog in that fight.
It was one of the most boring games I've ever seen, but the Cowgirls were able to inch out a 5-point victory. But I don't know. It was pretty ugly, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm amazed that you could be so mediocre and get paid so much.
Exactly. It's crazy.
I need to apply for that job.
The top 3 team in the world can suck so bad. Crazy, but plenty of time left. We all know that the Cowboys have one of the easiest schedules around. So Ridgerunner's going to get this one, hand it off quick, and end up wiggling his way for about 3 or 4. With the Ridgerunners quarterback being out, I expect the run to pass to be about 60-40, 65-35. Definitely expect the pass to be kind of irrelevant here. And I expect the Ridgerunners to definitely live and die by the run game. I mean, they want to get going and they want to get their guys tough, gritty, and downhill.
And it's outside of their tendency so far. They've had almost 200 yards more passing so far this season. So go see if they can open it up. But
that was a big hole right there.
That can open it up too.
Yeah, Tanner Casey has to come up and save the day as the Ridgerunners get about 10 and the first down. Number 4, Ezra Gates, another guy we pointed out early in the pre-show. He is a guy who can definitely make a couple quick moves, make a couple guys miss. But with number 4, Ezra losing his helmet, he will have to come off a play. Definitely expect him to come back in basically this next play. We're going to hand it off again, but this time Evan Robbins able to get in the backfield, and plug it up and only allow that Ridge Runner running back to get about 2 or 3.
Brought down after a gain of 3 on the play for number 34, J.C. Richardson.
J.C. Richardson on the tackle.
Second down and 7, Indians 43.
Ezra Gates back in the ball game at running back here for the Grove Ridgerunners. A little bit of a bad snap. Might have messed it all up, and it does. Going to be about a 5-yard loss, and it's 3rd and about 13.
Number 5, Gavin White, brought down.
Once again, I think that was Boomer Lovins.
That was Boomer Lovins
Yep.
again, and he is really getting quick penetration.
Making an early statement for player of the game. Already 2 sacks on the day. Or actually, that's probably a tackle for loss considering what the play was. But still a huge play as it makes it 3rd down and 13. And with kind of a crippled passing game here for the Ridge Runners, this is definitely what Coach Guerrero wants out of his defense. So he's going to roll out left. Has time, has a guy deep. Puts it right in the breadbasket, and Tanner Casey drags him into the end zone. Ridge Runner touchdown. It's 6-0 here early.
Down pass to number 1, Jacob James.
Maybe they will pass it.
I was about to say, run, play action right over your head.
You know, and that's what you lull a defense to sleep. They know that the starting quarterback's out. They're going to put in somebody new, and you're going to see him roll right out and just drop a bomb right into the hands of his receiver, and momentum carried him right into the end zone. God, that's got to be frustrating.
And that's tough for a safety. So I used to be a safety, so I kind of feel Tanner Casey's pain. It's hard to stick to a guy that long. But, man, when it looked like the Catoosa Indians blitzed on that one. So, I mean, you've got to stick to him as best you can. It ends up leaking out over the top. And the backup quarterback makes it happen, man. Puts him up 6-0 here early. But do they have a kicker like Blendowski for the Ridge Runners? That's a question. So they're going to need that point, let me tell
Grove's
you.
needing another player to get to 11 again.
Special teams coach in for a long one tomorrow. I can already tell. I'm sure the players will be feeling the pain too. It's the opening kickoff, they had trouble, and now on the opening PAT, they have trouble.
Coach is on the sideline for Grove. He's counting to 11.
Ezra Gates will be the holder here for this Grove football team. PAT is up, and it is good. Number 32 driving it home.
Good. Number 32,
Chris Johnson getting his team up 7 here with 6:13 left. Catoosa see if they can make it a couple first downs, maybe get a drive together as they had a 3-and-out on their opening drive. But we'll be right back with the action right after this. This is Southern Sports Network.
For nearly 90 years, RCB Bank has been.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
7-0 Ridge Runners here in the first quarter. As Grove looks to kick off, and they kick it right out of bounds. And that should put the Indians at around the 35 or 40, give them great starting field position. And Kyle O'Neill couldn't ask for anything better. What does he need to do to kind of kick-start this drive, kick-start this offense here after basically a week and a half of dull offensive football?
I mean, at least on the first drive, I mean, wide receivers just got to catch the ball. So it just seems like the timing that you had in week 2, some of week 3, it's just getting some inconsistency here. And so they, like I said, week 1, high percentage throws, get his confidence up, get the rhythm going, and then they can show what they've done.
Exactly right. Get the ball out quick and let your playmakers work. So I think they might do just that as an empty set here for the Indians. Blendowski going to motion over to this near side. Now he's motioning back near O'Neal. So they're going to roll out right and get it out quick. Tanner Casey's there. Makes a quick move. Gets back to the outside. And gets popped as he gets 5 yards. Going to make it second and around 5. We're going to take another look at that one. Pretty good throw from Brogan O'Neal as we see the starting lineup here for this one. J.C. Richardson, another one of those Indian running backs. Look for him and Blendowski, which tight end, I think he's more of a running back. Blendowski can play wherever you put him, so it really doesn't matter. Boomer Levin's a great tight end here for this Indian offense. Tanner Casey and the big men, Taylor McGuire. 2 McGuires on this offensive line, Brown and Jose Rodriguez. Blendowski's going to go through the hole, and it's wide open. He wiggles for about 7 and the first down.
Yeah, that was a great run that the tackle got the first down for him. So momentum has carried him right past the line to gain.
I think me or you could have ran through that hole, brother.
Absolutely. It does seem like Grove isn't getting their communication in quick enough, or there's something Catoosa's doing that doesn't have them liking it so far.
So they might be able to get away with now, but could come back to bite them here later as the game goes on. As O'Neal getting chased early, has to get it out. Ends up just throwing it away. See if the card didn't know if that one made it back to the line of scrimmage. But we'll be good. Going to be second and 10. Catoosa going 2 receivers up top. Boomer Lovins at that nub tight end position on the far side. They hand it to Blendowski, and another big hole for number 30. So it takes 4 white jerseys to bring the young man down as he gets around 9.
Yeah, if you're Grove, you do not want your second, third level having to make tackles on runs. No. It's and this is what we've seen so far is Catoosa's lines on both sides have great first halves. They're quick, they're nimble, they get, and then you start to see it wear down. So if they can capitalize on this, get shorter drives, it's going to prove well in the second half.
Already pushed the ball past that 50-yard mark into Ridge Runner territory. We'll see if they stick with number 30. Yes, they do as he cuts it back in, spins off a tackle. And that will get him the first down. It's 3rd and 1, and he got about 6, 7. That's going to push him up near the 40. We take another look at that one. Basically wrench, wash, repeat. Basically an inside zone. Let Blendowski kind of make his own play. He wiggles his way for about another 5 or 6. Already got about 20 rushing yards here in this one. DeAndre Hamilton and Tanner Casey, your 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. This time they hand to Devin Johnson. More of their power back here in this Indian offense, and he's able to power his way for about 4.
Number 33, Devin Johnson.
Wouldn't be surprised, Kyle, if they did a little play action right here, trying to beat him with their own medicine.
Coming more into the more of the box, and these DBs still don't seem like they really know what coverage they want to be in or what the plays are so far.
Nope, there's going to QB power, and O'Neal should have kept it inside. Bad move trying to break it out, and that's going to make it 3rd down. Luckily, he was able to scramble his way back to that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's just the playmaker wanting to make a play,
exactly.
And got a little over his skis.
Saw some daylight for a split second, but Grove was able to close in on it quick.
Grove's defensive line, they really got some size to them, and they look quick as well.
O'Neal going to drop back, gets pushed out right. Ends up getting rid of it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Guerrero goes for this one. A little bit out of Blendowski's range, but you definitely don't want to punt when you're in enemy territory.
It's kind of no man's land of what to do, but
they're going to play the field position game. Blendowski's going back. I guess that's a good thing about having your running back be your punter as well. You don't got to make too many changes.
Right.
Just have him back up a little bit.
They're able to count to 11 because most of them are still on the field.
Coach Guerrero's a good coach.
Yeah.
Trying to remember if I remember seeing Boomer Lovins there as kind of that up back position. I guess so, as they are going to punt it. Low liner from Lewandowski. Should get a good kick, though. He does. He kicks it basically onto the 5. Ridgerunners going to have 95 yards to go if they want to make this a two-possession ball game. 2:26 left in the first. I'm Carter Randolph. This is Kyle Sullivan. This is Southern Sports Network, and we'll be right back.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home.
I miss him too.
Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
We are back with the action. Grove starting on their own 5-yard line. They're going to pass here on the opening play, and they're going to take another deep shot, and he's got a step, but it's overthrown, and that would have been dangerous, man. Opening play backed up at the 5, and you get a 95-yard touchdown? My goodness.
Yeah, that would be bad for sure. And the play callers up here for Grove had to see, hold up, our receivers can get behind them, our quarterback can throw it to him, and just a step or two too much that time. He was too excited for that 95-yarder.
Yeah, Grove is seeing a weakness, and they're trying to take advantage of it. I mean, he had 2 or 3 steps on that Indian defender. But luckily, number 5, the junior quarterback, just a little bit too long with that one, as it's going to be 2nd and 10. Need another Boomer Lovin sack here. So they're going to hand it to Gates, try and get him going down the middle. It plugs quickly. He manages to get around 2, but going to be 3rd and long again.
Run by number 4 is Gates. Brought down by number 42, Tyler Rogers.
Yeah, I would be looking for some slants to the line to gain here. Maybe a post up there up top where they've had some success down in the slot.
Now the Indians with a little bit of communication troubles on defense as they get out, but this one's dropped by a Ridge Runner receiver. So both teams miss 2 big opportunities and both have to punt because of it, Kyle.
That's right, and that receiver was right at the sticks. It would have been an easy first down, but man, just a little high and just didn't follow through on the catch.
Yep, a little bit high. Definitely had to jump for it, but one that should be caught. I mean, hit him in the hands.
Hit him in the hands.
Yes,
you got to catch
yes.
it.
I'm sure the receiver coach is telling him just that. So far, this Ridge Runner defense has held up. Minute 39 left here in the first. He is able to get the punt away, and it's a good one, man. Looks like Tom Brady throwing a spiral. Tanner Casey has a seam, though. Makes the first man miss, gets around the edge, and gets popped for it as a Ridge Runner defender meets him at the 30. And about a 30-yard return from Tanner Casey, but he has to take a lick to get there. So we're going to take another look at this one. Yeah, Tanner Casey saw the seam. It was basically opened up like the Red Sea, and then all of a sudden,
there he is coming up the edge here, and got him. But man, Tanner Casey is a gamer, and man, he likes to play football, so that's just a good football hit, and it's a nice to meet you.
Exactly, just letting him know he's there. Cohen Hargis on that tackle, the senior O-line D lineman. There's a penalty on the play, so that's going to push him about 15 yards.
15 yards, marked off from the part of the foul, and he got the ball first down and goal in the Ridge Runner.
So I guess Hargis, who had the monster hit, got called for the monster hit and loses his team 15 yards. It was a late hit out of bounds. That's going to push the Indians into the red zone, and you got to come away with points here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Got to get points here. Got to go for a touchdown.
A nice play design. Use Lewandowski as bait and give it to your big man Repschlager as he powers his way into the end zone, breaks about 4 tackles, and gives the Indians 6. So you see this light start flickering. You know the Indians are doing pretty well as Repschlager, a new addition to this Guerrero offense, but definitely a big impact. He's their biggest receiver and their strongest, and he showed it right there with a nice 7 to 8 yard touchdown catch. So he breaks through the first defenders. Then after that, I mean, like I say, 6'2", all he has to do is extend those arms, and he gets it in there.
It looked like Superman jumping over the end zone, and a Grove defender was his cape.
Now Blindowski, the official kicker and punter, this Indian team, going to see if he can tie this one up, and it's blocked. Ezra Gates doing it on the defensive side as well. As the Indians are still down 1. It's 7-6 here at Frank McNabb Field. Grove, this is their first year back in 4A as they dropped from 5A, Class 5A and Conference or Division 4. They are now in Class 4A, Division 3, looking to make a name, which they have been in 4A before, moved up to 5A, didn't work out, so now they're back here in 4A, which if you don't know Oklahoma high school football, that happens a lot. Veneta, where I'm from, they moved about 6 times, so you really never know what's going to happen. But now they're in 3A, back in 3A, I should say. As the Indian special teams is coming out, ready to kick this one off. Lewandowski might be able to let a little rage out on this kick after missing that PAT. Well, not missing, it got blocked, so really not his fault.
It was a low snap, so everything's about timing with extra points and in the kicking game. And when you have a low snap, it's a recipe for what we just saw.
Yep, culmination of things. Ezra Gates gets through, bad snap, gets it up a little slow, ends up getting the ball barely over that O-line as we are about to get back underway here. Minute 18 left in the first. Indians down 1. Low snap takes him a while to get away with it, and he powers through about 3 black jerseys. He's still go. And should have been tackled at about the 20-yard line, but ends up powering his way for another 10 yards, and the Ridgerunners are going to start at around the 30.
Yeah, I love special teams guys because they're earning their playing time. They're earning their. A lot of times it's the younger guys that man he wanted it. He wanted to make the most of his opportunity, and man, special teams guys are real special.
Dying breed, man. Don't see him like you used to. You know, the Darius Slaytons of the world. They're not Darius Slayton. Old Patriot guy, can't ever remember his name, but he was literally a 8-time Pro Bowler, all special teams.
All special teams.
That's all he did. Do you like the new special teams they got in the NFL?
No.
Really?
The kickoff?
Yeah.
I like seeing the kickoff return for a touchdown.
And I understand, I feel the same way, but it does, I think, help with injuries as the Ridgerunners trying to go outside again, only able to get around 3, going to make the second around 7. But I totally understand. I mean, those huge hits, those big huge runs, I mean, there's definitely some magic on the special team side.
You know, I think it's such a hard thing because player safety is obviously important. It's needed, but you also sign up to play the game, and so it's a tough dance that I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions.
Exactly, and that's you could be both ways on that. But one thing that I will not move on is the Ridgerunners try and get out. He's lucky that one didn't get picked. The Ridgerunner receiver catches it, but isn't able to go anywhere. Still going to be 3rd and 7. So we take a look at that Indian defensive starting lineup. Kyle Rogers, nose tackle. Boomer Lovins, D-end. You've seen him make a couple big plays already. DeCorion Coleman, you'll hear his name a couple times tonight. He's definitely a playmaker for this Indian defense. Jose Rodriguez, J.C. Richardson, Braxton Green, Logan Hargrove, we talked about pregame. Devin Johnson works both sides of the ball. Tanner Casey, Seth Charles, DeAndre Hamilton. This team is stacked. They just need to get a little rhythm going, come together a little more. I'm telling you, this Indian football team will be a problem. That's the end of the first quarter. The Indians are down 1, 7-6 here. Ridgerunners on top. We're here in Catoosa, Oklahoma. This is Southern Sports Network. Carter Randolph, that's Kyle Sullivan. We'll be back with the action right after this.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790. There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong
We are back with the action. The Ridgerunners get off with a bang as they do a quick 5-yard curl out to number 1. Jacob Gain, and he breaks it for about a 30-yard gain as we're going to check that one back and see he makes that first guy miss, and after that he's off to the races, ends up past the 50 into Indian territory. Second big play for this Ridge Runner offense. Other than that, been a lot of blow-ups, been a lot of banging up front with those guys in the trenches.
Yeah, it really has. It's been a checkmate, but explosives are making the difference right now.
See if some of these communication issues ends up hurting the Ridge Runners. So that time they go right down the pipe and end up pushing it for about 6 and make it second 4 or 5 here.
Brought down by number 10, Braxton Drake.
And a motion to receiver. Still handed to Ezra right down the middle. You haven't seen it too much on those first 2 drives, but this Ridge Runner O-line is starting to pick up the pace a little bit, get a little bit of a push in there, and you can see by the holes they're making. Now Ezra Gates is basically running untouched for the first 5 yards.
Anytime you let a running back get a 5-yard speed up, it's going to be hard.
Like you said earlier, you don't want those guys in the second and third levels coming up and making all the tackles. Got to get some push up there with the big boys. Hopefully Boomer Lovins can pick it back up like he did in that first and second drive. Maybe get Corian Coleman involved. This time Ezra Gates blows right through Avon Robbins and I believe Boomer Lovins as he pushes for another 4. Going to be second 6.
Yeah, the offensive tackle on Boomer's side is really, he's stepping up and doing a good job of staying in front of him. If I'm a defensive coach, I'm thinking about doing some stunts with him to get Boomer on the inside. Fill up those holes that are real exposed right now.
Very exposed. Second 6, just in front of that Indian 30-yard line. Just under the 10-minute mark here in the second. QB sneak, perfect play call. Oh, the ball's on the ground. And I think the Indians came up with it. No, the Ridge Runner quarterback able to grab it, and the Ridge Runners keep possession. So we're going to take another look at that one. The ball definitely came out, and man, there were 2 black jerseys right there. The quarterback was able to stick a hand out and bring it back home. I mean, how does that ball go back to the white jerseys? That's crazy. Should have been a turnover, but the Ridge Runners live to fight another day. But it should still be third down. Yes, it is, but they still were able to push up a little bit still. It's going to be third and about 3. I'm bringing the house if I'm Coach Guerrero. Making this new quarterback really make a decision. And they do, and of course, Avon Robbins, the star linebacker here for the Indians, able to come down and make a play when they need it. 4th and 3.
Yeah, that's a huge play by a linebacker. Knowing that's when you know they're watching film. Got motion going across. You think it may be a jet sweep. He shoots the hole, and that's just good recognition of what's happening on the field.
No doubt, a lot of eye candy here for this Ridge Runner offense. Luckily, Catoosa has been able to hold their ground, not fall for these bait and switches. Now they got a big 4th down. Hopefully, can make a turnover on downs.
Yeah, this is not surprising if I'm Grove because you've been running the ball so well. You're like, oh, 4 yards? We can get that. See if the Catoosa defense can hold up.
They're going to motion another man across. And a bad snap. And he can't come up with it, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Hadn't seen that today, but a bad snap couldn't have come at the worst time as the Ridgerunners turn it over, and the Indians get the ball at about their own 40-yard line. And yeah, just a little bit outside. Might have been able to snag it with that one hand, but I think he should have just fell on it, especially after that first pick.
He tried to OBJ it right there. Didn't quite work.
If only, I guess it did pop up right into the breadbasket, so you had to at least give it a chance. So I don't blame the Ridge Runner quarterback, but it's going to be a turnover. And now Brogan O'Neill and this Indian offense maybe take the lead here. O'Neill hits Tanner Casey with a deep out route, basically threw it to the whole other side of the field. They were on that far hash. So a nice throw from number 5, O'Neill, and a nice catch from number 11, Casey.
My coaches would call that a dangerous throw, but
very dangerous. Not something you want to fall in love with, for sure.
No, but I think when both of these so far this game have been so run heavy that when you send everybody over, it opens it up to do something like that.
This time they run it with Mendowski, and he is going to push those chains. Going to be a first down, and the Indians are in enemy territory. Avon Robbins in at tight end right now, getting a little love on the offensive side, not just the defensive side. First time I've seen that this year. Got DeAndre Hamilton and Tanner Casey, 2 receivers on the far side. Now Avon Robbins going to running back, going a little split back here. Mendowski to the left. They're going to hand it to Robbins. He powers his way, and he's still going. Nice run from number 20. That's about an 8-yard gain.
Coach said, "Oh, you want to hit somebody?
I got a couple guys you can hit.
I got something you could hit." Man, that's great.
That's something you might need to stick with. Haven't seen that all year, but, I mean, Avon Robbins looks like a guy who can run for about 4 or 5 consistently. Short, stout, definitely powerful. This time they're going to motion him out to that tight end spot. Got kind of a bunch set on that far side. They're going to pitch it to Blendowski. See who's quicker. He cuts it back in and gets his legs wrapped up. And I know that hurt number 30. And I don't think he was able to get that first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 1.
Well, who'd you see out there lead blocking? Avon Robbins.
Big boy.
All right, now they're like, okay, come on back to the side.
You got to play the other side too, brother. Come here and sit down. High form here from the Indians. Boomer Lovin's going to be quarterback. And yep, you called it. Tush push for a first down. It's going to move the chains once again. Indians are past the Ridge Runner 40. Boomer Lovin's going to take a quick break as he jogs off. Number 42 going to come in the game. It's Kyler Rogers, the junior. Going to be in at that top side tight end position. Thought that might have been a false start. Doesn't matter. It was just barely able to get to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost one. It's going to be 2nd and around 11. Kind of a heat check right there. They've been basically running it down their throats. Finally, the Ridge Runners get a little bit of a push up front and are able to get the stop. Keep it at 2nd and long.
And they all did a very good job on the Roadrunner defense to slant in. They knew where it was going and blew up that play.
We got to remember, folks, Blendowski has a leg on him, so if they can just get him in range. But O'Neill, the quarterback, is blown up, and that's going to be about a 10-yard loss. It goes from 2nd and 10 to about 3rd and 20. Let's take another peek at that one. Yeah, they just brought the house. And number 4, Ezra Gates, read it like a book and crashed down hard. And broke that one up, and then the rest of the Ridge Runner defense were able to rally, wrap him up, and now it's 3rd and about 19. Wouldn't be surprised if they throw it down here at number 12. He is usually the biggest guy on the field. Big, wide target. Can definitely go up and get it. Oh, Boomer fade to the... Oh. Isn't able to do anything with it. Gets pushed out of bounds. Going to be 4th and about 15. that's when a little bit of this young play comes in, because Boomer Lovins was sitting in a hole and he just needed to fade to help his quarterback kind of fade toward that sideline, give him a target. But like you said, not many people know to do that. Something you kind of got to work on. So maybe Coach Guerrero will see that on film, maybe give him a help or give him a couple drills to work on that in practice this next week, help his quarterback out.
Yeah, that's something you can show at halftime too. Look at the film and be able to make an adjustment. And he's played well enough. Once you see it, you got it.
Dowski almost kicks his up back right in the butt. Still able to get up. Tanner Casey grabbed the ball. And he is able to mark that one down at the 1. Once again, Blendowski uses his legs to help out this Indian football team. Pins the Ridge Runner offense inside the 5. 4:04 left in this one. And this is Southern Sports Off. Scal Sullivan will be right back with the action.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home.
I miss him too.
Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
The Ridge Runners pinned on their own 2-yard line. Hopefully Catoosa can get some pressure here. 4:04 left here in the second before halftime. A good job by that Indian defense. J.C. Richardson able to plug the hole, and I think he was just able to scramble his way for one.
Brought down by number 6, Boomer Lovins, and number 34, J.C. Richardson.
And you're seeing on this last drive that Boomer isn't going so far out because they're just washing him out, and that's opening up a hole. Him staying inside a little bit, having a little bit closer splits is really been good this last and play one of this.
Yeah, I was noticing that too, and like you're saying, you can't just completely crash in, but you've got to learn to contain on that outside. Just kind of have to play both sides of it. See, Ridge Runner's going to hand it off again. He works his way outside. Tanner Casey lowers the shoulder. Meets him at about the 10, and they drop at about the 10. It's going to be third and about 5.
Brought down at the 12 by number 11, Tanner Casey.
Got a little bit more than 5 there. Going to be third and 2. Another big third down here for this Catoosa offense, because you got to think, no way are the Ridge Runners going for this on 4th, backed up inside their own 20.
No, I don't know what analytics would say do that.
You haven't played Madden, brother.
Hadn't played Madden against an 11-year-old.
Hey, they're out there, trust me. They go with the tush push as well, but they don't get the same push, or do they? I believe they are going to mark them for a first down. Trenches for the Grove Ridgerunners ends up winning this battle. So they push it for about 2 or 3, push the chains as well. You can see just all the big boy offensive linemen just try and crunch together and push in a unison. And they are able to muster about 2 to 3 yards to get the first down, but still a long way to go. And the Ridge Runners might be playing for half because that clock is ticking, and it's ticking fast. Quick change on the defensive side for the Indian D-line. Once again, they try and get to the outside, but this time unable to. Seth Charles makes the tackle, but comes up a little gimpy as he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, I need a replacement. I'm banged up a little bit. Probably got a dead shoulder. Happens to the best of us. Come down, lay the wood. Just kind of a little stinger action. Goes dead on you a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be back out there. Minute 40 left in this one, and yeah, I'm starting to think the Ridge Runners are playing for the third quarter. They don't want to make any big mistakes this deep in their own territory.
No, that's for sure. And if they get a chunk or something, then changes the game, But as it stands now, looks like they are going to. I think they called the timeout to talk it over.
Yep, Catoosa wanting to maybe save a little bit of time. Here's 2nd and 7, a minute 29 left in this one. Been another defensive battle here early on. A big play from the Ridgerunners, a big play from the Indians. It's 7-6, and this is looking like an under 10-7 ball game here at Frank McNabb Field.
Yeah, coming into this game, you did not think it would be this, but maybe it's just Catoosa's forcing everybody. Their defense is better than better than we thought, maybe.
Which Coach Guerrero definitely more defensive-minded, as this Indian defense has gotten better each and every week, but the offense has been a little bit back and forth, so we'll see what adjustments are made at halftime, and we'll see if maybe they can come away with some more points here before halftime, as there's still 1:29 left in this one, as both teams start to make their way back out to the field. This is Southern Sports Network. Once again, you can find us on Amazon, any app store, or YouTube or Facebook. As the Grove quarterback tries to make his way outside and ends up paying for it as he gets whipped around and popped by Seth Charles as he gets pushed out of bounds right in front of that first down marker. Going to be 3rd and 2.
He's spinning around like he was a fair ride.
I thought he was about to break it there for a second. Got a little worried. I was about to say, bring him down.
Take him down. Don't just take him for a ride.
He did go out of bounds, though, so clock did stop. And if they don't get this on 3rd down, I would bet the Catoosa Indians do waste their second timeout.
Oh, 100%.
Have just above a minute, about 1:10 left in the second. And Ezra's able to slip through and finds the hole. I believe that was DeAndre Hamilton coming up and making, or no, that was Devin Johnson coming up and going low and making the tackle. David Robbins looking a little limpy right now as he hobbles off the field. Number 52 going to come into the ball game. Number 52, Jose Rodriguez, the junior, going to fill in for this Indian linebacker.
It's definitely the potential detriment of playing both sides of the ball, playing a lot of snaps.
Grove is going to pass this time, and they find a guy in the middle of the field. Kind of just laid that one up there with the prayer, but there was a white jersey waiting for it right underneath. That was number 86. Isaac Sheffield with the catch. You get the ball at the 50.
Yeah, and I think now if you're Grove, you want to turn up the intensity. You see him running to the line quick.
Definitely get a little bit more aggressive here.
Coach Guerrero called a timeout, and man, he is not happy.
Yep, had a late substitution coming up there. Could have given up another 5 yards. Yeah, this Ridgerunner offense, rushing yards 437, rushing touchdowns here in the season, and actually 634 passing yards on the season before this game. But like we said, starting quarterback's out right now. They're on to number 2. But number 2 has the lead right now, 7-6. And I don't think Grove will have much changed here at the start of this third quarter. But knowing Coach Guerrero, he'll light a fire under this Indian football team, and definitely they're not going away here to start the third. And the good thing about the third quarter is Indians get the ball to start.
That's right. That's a huge asset. So if they can just hold them here, go into half, bend don't break, we're going to be set up for a great second half of football.
Exactly. Maybe get another bad snap here. A little bit of luck to go our way. Evan Robbins back in the game, going to be that bottom side D end. There's going to be a false start. That right tackle getting a little jumpy. And the Ridgerunners are going to lose 5.
Again, that's on Boomer Lovin's side. So tackles on his side have been jumping all year long.
Oh, yeah.
Because they know he's coming.
For good reason.
For good reason. And when you see offensive linemen trying to get an extra little step, they're a little nervous.
Going to drop back again. Has to push one of his own players down and gets brought down from behind by who else? Haven Robbins. As he comes up with another huge play. 45 seconds left here in the second.
That was great discipline by Boomer. He was able to see the hole and then run to it, and it was a great play there. Pushed him back inside. He tried to get outside. And that sets up a second and real long.
See the quarterback rolling out left. Has a guy almost picked off. DeAndre Hamilton put a hand on it, but it makes it incomplete. So that stops the clock. It brings us to 3rd and 15. 22.4 seconds left here in the second. 1 point ball game. Not a bad play design there from Grove. I mean, if he puts some air under that, lets him run under it, he might have a chance. Through sort of a low liner, though, so the defender was able to go up and put a hand on it. This time the Ridge Runners are going with 5 empty set, 5 receivers out there, and they're going to QB draw. He makes the first guy miss, makes the second guy miss, lowers his helmet, and about 4 black jerseys pound him into the dirt. As we are going to take this one to halftime. It is 7-6 here at Frank McNabb Field in Catoosa. And it's been a good one. Defensive-sided once again. Avon Robbins, Boomer Lovett showing out, playing a good first half. We need Brogan O'Neill, Michael Blendowski, Tanner Casey, DeAndre Hamilton, Braxton Ropschlager. We need some of those guys to step up on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm sure Coach Guerrero will have some adjustments, some big changes made. Maybe get things kick-started here in Catoosa. We'll be back in 20 minutes. It's 7-6. Ridge Runners on top. This is Southern Sports Network. Carter Randolph. This is Kyle Sullivan. We'll be back with the action.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going to change this now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going to change this, ripping out pages. I'm going to change this now.
Mowing your yard just got easier. TNG Power Equipment has the best Ferris mowers to get the job done, including the all-new 60-inch redesigned deck that mows up to 11 miles per hour in tall or wet conditions. And for smaller lawns, our Ferris 300S starts at just $39.99. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Ferris models. Commercial grade to last a lifetime. TNG Power Equipment has Ferris mowers to tackle your projects.
We are a community of athletes that celebrate success and development while having fun and being safe.
We do a pretty rigorous testing to all of our athletes to track progress as we go.
Our athletes are 10% faster, 179% stronger. They jump 4 inches higher on average. They're 8% more agile and 9% quicker.
You can come in, get extremely high quality training, accelerate your athletic abilities.
Head on over to prodaysports.com.
Come try, see if you enjoy it. For $1, it's worth it.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty, with her wayfarers on in the summer sun. Her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, In-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
If you have lost a wallet, you can find it down in the basketball sign-up booth. You'll have to tell them what it looks like. That's also a reminder that basketball does have sign-ups going on down there for Catoosa Youth. Also, Nothing But Pants was down selling just east of the concession stand. Also go down and support your Catoosa Quarterback Club. Buy some hamburgers and hot dogs I think they have going on down there. I've been told go try the hash brown broth. I also know there's somebody down there doing snow cones, funnel cakes, all kinds of stuff. Go support your local Catoosa Indians.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, ripping out pages. I'm going through changes now.
Mowing your yard just got easier. TNG Power Equipment has the best Ferris mowers to get the job done, including the all-new 60-inch redesigned deck that mows up to 11 miles per hour in tall or wet conditions. And for smaller lawns, our Ferris 300S starts at just $39.99. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Ferris models. Commercial grade to last a lifetime. TNG Power Equipment has Ferris mowers to tackle your projects.
We are a community.
We are back underway here to start the third quarter at Frank McNabb Field in Catoosa, Oklahoma. The Grove Ridgerunners are 3-0, and they are up by 1 here to start the third quarter. But luckily, the Indians do get the ball to start the half, and there was a lot of defensive battling going on in that first half. What changes are you expecting, Kyle?
Catoosa all year has been able to be a second-half team, and so the coaches make great adjustments at half. I expect to see shorter, higher percentage throws by O'Neal, and I think you can get the confidence rolling.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about O'Neal's rhythm. If he can just get a couple throws under his belt, he'll start getting them out there quicker and with a little bit more confidence, and maybe get his team kick-start here in the third quarter. First play, I think they lost a yard. So this is going to be 2nd and 11. Trying to give that one to J.C. Richardson. Get him on the near side. Trying to get him outside. A little off-tackle run. But it goes nowhere. J.C. Richardson, Blendowski in at running back beside O'Neal. And that looked like a false start, but they're going to let him get away with it. Goes to the slant, and Tanner Casey, scratch that, Seth Charles, able to make the grab, make this third and manageable. Take a look at that. One of the bread and butter plays here for this Indian offense. A little quick screen. Just get the ball out quick before those linebackers can start making their moves to cover their zones. And he completes it quick. Hits him in the chest. Nice 6-yard gain.
When you get to see that the Grove linebackers are respecting the run because he didn't get to his spot quick enough, and that was what allowed the pass to go right over him to Charles there.
Exactly. Didn't even need a play action or anything. Just that little motion. Needs to get rid of this one. Has a guy behind him. Need to move that one upfield, but this instead he's going to get tackled out of bounds. Thought we might see a late hit there. That's going to make it 4th down and around 5. I think Blendowski's going to punt this one away.
Brought down by number 23, Aiden Davis. Indians on about 4th down and 5 from their own 30.
This is Blendowski's 3rd punt of the afternoon.
His punting's been incredible today.
Exactly. Oh, he definitely has a good boot on him. I mean, he will pin you back there if you let him. Good snap. Gets it away. End over end kick. Ridge Runner returner ends up going under it, calling the fair catch. And he ends up spotting it at the Grove 35. Not a bad field position. One of the better starting positions for this Ridge Runner offense today. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. Had a 3rd and out to begin their series in the first half. See if this Catoosa defense and Boomer Levens can do the same thing here to start the 3rd.
Yeah, I expect them to see more of the run to set up that play action. That's what they've had success on. And see if Catoosa's defense can keep their splits small and be able to push them to the outside where they doesn't seem like they want to run.
All this defense needs is 1 tackle for loss, and this Grove offense has not been able to dig out of that hole. Had to punt both times. Boomer Levens has gotten the backfield. See if he can do it one more time. They do a counter towards Levens, and that hole opens up quick. But Ezra's met by number 33, Devin Johnson. He's only able to get about 4 or 5.
Brought down after a gain of 5 on the play by number 20, Aiden Robbins.
Don't see too many formation changes here from this Ridge Runner offense. They love that 2 receiver on top, 1 receiver on bottom. They definitely like a little 22 personnel. And the ball might be out. A lot of black jerseys pointing the other way. Waiting for the official signal. And there it is. Turnover on downs. Catoosa defense comes up big again. They're gonna give this Indian offense the ball on the Ridge Runner 47 or 42. Sorry about that. Big play from Boomer Levens and Avon Robbins.
Let's take a look and see how the ball came out. And just a good tackle. Ball had on the ball and popped out, and Catoosa got on it. And so Catoosa offense coming back out, and you got to be thinking touchdown here. Big play. I'd take a shot right here and just try to put your hands.
They hand it to Avon Robbins instead. He has some room. Runs over his own man. Still going. And he's able to bulldoze his way to about the Ridge Runner 20-yard line. What a play from Avon Robbins. Number 20 doing it on both sides of the field tonight.
I imagine that practice this week, they're like, hey, get in there, give him a breather. Oh, you can do that?
Has that been there this whole time? Avon Robbins been a strictly linebacker here in the first 3 games. Coach Guerrero decides, hey, we need more of a power formation. Avon Robbins, you're my guy. And on that play, ends up scrambling for about 20. Blendowski going to stay in at quarterback. O'Neal off the field. Blendowski's going to keep. Makes the first man miss, cuts it outside.
He's got wheels to the 2-yard line, man.
A shoelace tackle saves a touchdown for Grove, but the Indian offense is on the 2 or 1 yard line.
And again, this is incredible because this is what we've seen each week from Catoosa Indians. They make adjustments at half. They're throwing out new things, and you're seeing up here, he's coming up on down and just literally got a shoestring on him. Tush push again, maybe?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yep.
Boomer Levin's a big boy. They do go with that tush push. Wait for a signal, and there it is on the far side of the field. Touchdown, Indians. They retake the lead. And we'll see if they go for 2 here to push it back to a touchdown lead, as it'll only be 13-7 if they go for the PAT. And, of course, the Catoosa special here, they always go with the lovely swinging gate. No play clock issues right now. Ref's trying to get that settled. Here we go. They are going to go for 2. Need to get rid of it. Nowhere to go. He just flicks it. But no one's there to bring it down. So it will stay 12-7. Indians do retake the lead, though, with a couple big runs from Michael Blendowski and Avon Robbins. It's 12-7, 8:59 left in the 3rd. It's the Southern Sports Network. We'll be right back with more action right after this.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed, and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Northeastern State University, a great place to get an education. The Riverhawks down in Tahlequah. If you're thinking about going to school or maybe finishing up school, definitely think about going to NSU. We're about to get underway here in Catoosa. Indians are kicking off. Lindowski does a little pooch kick. They are able to come away with it, but he gets popped. And he's going to get just past that 30-yard line. This Indians defense comes back onto the field after a big turnover on downs last drive.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. Going 3 and out, both sides, they get it. Grove gets it, Catoosa gets a fumble. It is, and they capitalize on it. And so you got to do that when you make a play like that. Helps out the defense, keeps the momentum on your side, and I'm really impressed with this Catoosa defense.
Coach Guerrero, I mean, having the time the past 2 years to work with these gentlemen, I mean, he has really brought them a long way from last year to this year. It is night and day, and you can see the results here in this game as they retake the lead, and basically single-handedly thanks to their defense. Almost single-handedly, I should say. A couple big plays from the offense, no doubt. 8:55 left in this one. The Ridgerunners ready to get back underway with another offensive possession. That looked like a false start, and there's the flag. They're going to get pushed back 5. That's a false start on about 6 white jerseys, so we'll see what they call it on.
Again, Carter, this is what you're talking about. When Grove's gotten behind, the drives have not gone well, and so if you're the Catoosa defense, you want to pin your ears back and get after them right now.
And that's thanks to the big play and thanks to the stout Catoosa defense, as they never let them get those yards back. As I say that, and there's a wide open man in the flat. So he tries to work around that blocker, but he is just a little short of that first down mark. Going to be 3rd and about 2.
Brought down into Ridgerunner 40 by number 8, Seth Charles.
Seth Charles in there on the tackle. Set 3rd down. It's actually going to be 2nd and 2. If you're looking for a new sports podcast, make sure to get on Spotify and check out Straight Off the Bench, hosted by myself and my buddy Lake Lyle. We talk about everything sports except soccer. None of us watch that, so we can't really say much about it, but I'm telling you, everything sports, that's all us, Straight Off the Bench. Find us on Spotify. Ridgerunners able to push for the first down and moving the chains, get the ball to their own 45. Little score update. The undefeated Miami Hurricanes are down 24-17 at half. The Hokies came to play tonight as Virginia Tech went down to Miami to face off in this Friday night college football battle. That's kind of a little surprising there, Kyle. I didn't think it'd be like that. It'd be 24-3.
No, I didn't think that either. And
Grove takes a shot, and he has a man. And he finds him. Tanner Casey just a little late getting there. And number 1, Jacob Gain, with a huge play for the Ridgerunners, puts them right outside the red zone. Once again, another Ridgerunner receiver gets behind those 2 safeties. And he's basically unmatched out there. And luckily, Tanner Casey was able to run him down there at the end. About a 50-yard change of field on that play. See if the Ridgerunners can capitalize. Motion number 14. He's got nowhere to go. Tried to break to the outside, but they had it contained. Did the Indians. Going to be 2nd round 9.
Yeah, what you may not see there, Boomer did that stunt into the inside and made him pop out, and that was where that Catoosa defender was right there on him. And that's what we were talking about in the first half. It was opening wide up. Boomer is a problem for them, and so they got to account for him, and the running backs don't want nothing to do with him.
You can see him out there. He is just so much bigger than some of those other kids. I mean, he is a menace. And then along with Avon Robbins, the speed linebacker, I mean, he is a force. And Boomer Lovins with the big tackle, played the running back and the quarterback. Quarterback tried to keep it. He dives down, grabs a leg. I believe he went down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Trying to use a little eye candy again is Grove, motioning that receiver across. Been doing that a lot tonight. About half or 3/4 of their plays involve some sort of motion. Luckily, this Indian defense has been able to stay calm, stay collected, make sure to fill their gaps, fill their respective roles. Just under 6 minutes in this one. Another big 3rd down here for the Indian defense. Can they make another stop? And the Groves head coach didn't think so. He's going to burn another timeout. That is Ron Colwell with the first timeout here in the second half for the Grove Ridgerunners. I got to think, Kyle, they're going to go back to that same play. It's been working for them all night. Play action, roll out, and hopefully one of them gets over the top.
Yeah, that just seems like the right call for them. Based on what they've had and the tendencies already of based on the tendencies of our defense so far, getting over the top seems like what they're going to do on the 3rd and long. And you got to know that as a Catoosa defender, you're probably going to give them a little bit of space and be able to come down on them rather than allow them to get behind. If you're in that huddle right now, don't let them get behind you, is the message.
Definitely not as a safety or anybody. You've got to protect behind you and rally to what's in front of you. We'll see if they can do that right here with a big 3rd down and 9. Grove going with a kind of a rare deuce set here. 2 receivers on both sides. Gates and Gavin Wyatt in the backfield. Another bad snap on the worst time. He stays on his feet. Bring him down, boys. And they end up bringing him down. Another bad snap at a bad time. Brings it to 4th and around 7. Great stop from this Indian defense, even though it really wasn't them making the stop. Surprised David Robbins missed that tackle, but luckily there were enough black shirts to rally. And of course, not every team has a kicker like Michael Blendowski, so the Grove Ridgerunners thinking they're going to go for this one in 4th and about 10. He's going to roll out left. At 70 was able to tip that one. And number 1 almost caught the one-handed grab. Jacob Gaines was in the back left corner of that end zone, but wasn't able to bring it down. That's going to be another turnover on downs here for the Grove offensive side of the ball. That's back-to-back possessions. We'll see if the Indians can make it back-to-back touchdowns.
That's right, and he just ran out of the end zone. He just ran out of space right there, and man, just 3 more yards.
Yeah, dude, it was close, and I think the big thing was number 70, who is number 70, Tranel Love, the sophomore for the Indians defensive line, got pressure and kind of didn't let the Grove quarterback extend his arm. So I think that didn't let him get enough power, basically the right kind of throw he wanted to make as they try and get outside to Tanner Casey. He pushes for about 5. But once again, Catoosa defense steps up, does what they need to do, and gives their offense a chance to extend this lead.
Yeah, with every week growing more and more confident as a defense, and man, that's just bleeding over into the team.
That's what I'm noticing, man. The confidence is just getting thrown out of him right now. I mean, oh, yes, Blendowski Hole was right there. Tries to spin it. It's just a little short of that first down marker. Going to be 3rd and 2, but another good run from number 30.
Yeah, in week 1, we're talking to Coach Guerrero, and he's saying he wants belief to rise, confidence to rise. And with every drive, every time they're doing this, it is building as a team.
Boomer Lovin special here, going to go under center. Now, as I say, I mean, number 39 just jumped off sides. I believe that'll be a free 5 yards and a free first down. Good job by number 6, Boomer Lovins, with the nice hard count. So he gets that Grove D-line to get a little antsy. Gives his team 5 yards in the first down, and here comes Brogan O'Neill back under center. J.C. Richardson and Michael Blendowski in the backfield. So they do a QB keeper, and it's open. But what a play by that Grove defensive lineman. No, that was Ezra Gates, who was getting blocked and still made the tackle. What a play by number 4.
Number 5, Grove O'Neal for the Indians. Brought down after a gain of 4.
Yeah, you're seeing on the Grove defense, they aren't really respecting the pass right now. They're having their guys come in. They're close to the box. This would be a great time to throw it over the... Oh, and he slides in. It's going to be 3rd and short.
It was one of the rare passing opportunities here for this Indian offense, but kind of closed down quick, and O'Neal was able to scramble his way for about 3 to 4. So that's going to make it 3rd and short here, folks. Would love another first down just to give that defense a little bit more rest.
And I think if I'm a Catoosa play caller, I am seeing that they're not respecting the pass right now with how many people they're having close to the line and in the box. And I think it'd be great for about a 10-yard slant.
So they hand it to Blendowski in the same play and the same hole as he's able to move for about 10 yards and the first down.
And that, Carter's why I'm not calling plays for Catoosa.
That's how little we know up here in the box. We're just looking down. And, man, when you got a Swiss Army knife on number 30, you can just give him the ball at 3rd and 2 and almost expect it 95% of the time. O'Neal wiping his hand on that beach towel on his backside as he's getting ready to take another snap. Got a bunch formation to the top of the screen. They hand it to Blendowski. That right tackle got blown up and almost messed the play up. And there was almost a fumble. But Blendowski, just like the Grove quarterback did, reached the hand out, grabbed it, and said, "Come back home, boy. You're not leaving me just yet."
Yeah. You see here, it looks like he hit the Inspector Gadget arm on it and got it back before Grove defenders jumped on it.
Yep, number 68, Zach McGuire for the Indian O-line, got blown up. Basically called that play before it even started. Grove's bringing the house. And a good throw from O'Neal, but just needed that one up in his chest so he could keep running with it. As that's going to make this 4th. Scratch that 3rd at about 5. Braxton Repschlager in the game at receiver at the bottom of your screen, number 12. On top of him is Seth Charles. On top of that guy is Michael Blendowski. Trips to the bottom of your screen. So O'Neal gets it out and finds Repschlager, and he's able to wiggle his way for a first down. He's a little slow to get up right now. He's fine, the tall youngin, sophomore here for this Indian football team.
Brought down at the Ridgerunner 43 by number 35, Derringer Holland.
This time they toss it to Avon Robbins. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as he powers his way for about 6.
As a defensive player, God, I would have loved to have been able to be in the game like this and just be tossed the rock.
Yes, dude. Literally, as a Mike Allstop fullback, just lower your head and run, son.
Yeah, one of the things that's really impressive about the Catoosa team is how many versatile players they have. It's not something you see often.
No. Especially with the team that kind of lacks in size like Catoosa does. I guess when you got Blendowski, it helps as he is just consistently running for 5+ yards as he pushes this near Grove's red zone as they are on about the 24-yard line in enemy territory. We take another look at that one. I mean, that hole has been there all night. That defensive end and kind of that guard and tackle have just been separating greatly, opening up the hole and just letting Blendowski run right through it. As that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Another tight one here as we go down to crunch time. 12 minutes of football left here at Hard Rock Stadium in Catoosa, Oklahoma. We'll be back with the action right after this. This is Southern Sports Network.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
We are back with the action here in Catoosa just as we get started here in the fourth. Split back here for the Indians. They hand to Devin Johnson. He's wrapped up almost immediately, able to scramble his way for about 2 to 3 as they push near the red zone here in Grove territory. O'Neal comes off. Looks like they're going to go with a wildcat. Blendowski usually runs the show when O'Neal comes off the field unless they're doing a tush push with Boomer Lovins. It's Devin Johnson and Michael Blendowski. Blendowski's going to be running QB for this play. They're going to let him keep it, and the hole's there. Makes 2 guys miss, but the third guy wraps a leg. Doesn't let him go anywhere. It was almost a magical play but from number 30. But instead, it's going to be 3rd and about 7. Got a little cute with that one, I think. I think you just run it downhill or play action, basics. I mean, everyone in the stadium knew who was getting the ball right there.
And it was a little uncharacteristic because normally he gets to the outside, and so there was a lot going on there. The way he was holding up, I thought, is he going to throw it over the top?
But this is interesting because I think they are in Blendowski field goal range. And if they do that, they will go up 8. They drop with O'Neal. There's an unmarked blitzer. He gets away from him. Has to make another man miss, and he does. Give a run. No, there's a wide open guy. DeAndre Hamilton, touchdown. Got a 25-yard touchdown pass from O'Neal. What a play. Number 5.
And on the scrambles all night.
Right for his life.
They had to adjust that in the halftime because the wide receivers were staying put.
Yes.
He shifts over, he sees it, and
helped
wide
his quarterback
open.
out. Saw those cornerbacks and safeties going to help on the run.
Let's watch this play again.
Had an unmarked blitzer. Should have went down off that, but makes 2 white jerseys miss. And there's number 3, DeAndre Hamilton, unmarked in the end zone. And that pushes this lead 18-7. Catoosa on top, 10:33 left in this one. And what a play from O'Neal. And like you said, we talked about it in that second quarter. I mean, it seemed like the receivers just weren't helping their quarterback in times of need. And then right there you see those cornerback safety kind of push down. Receiver goes over the top of him. Wide open, unmarked. Touchdown, Catoosa.
It's because it's the black jerseys.
I love them, dude.
It was camouflaged in the end zone. Didn't see it, and man, what a play. What a play.
I was unlucky enough to have pretty crappy jerseys in high school, so I love seeing the all blacks with the green, with the whites. Yeah, those look sick. Definitely a good look here for the Catoosa Indians. An even better look is that 18-7 lead as they try and push it to 19-7. Blendowski gets ready to kick the extra point. Never mind, folks. It looks like they might be going for 2 here to push this to a 20-7 lead. Makes sense. Touchdown and 2 field goals lead if they are successful. Bunch formation at the top of the screen. Avon Robbins is in. They're going to pass. Avon Robbins had him. Instead, he looks in the middle and finds, I believe that's Repschlager. Yes, it is. The 2-point conversion is successful. O'Neal to Repschlager, and it's 20-7 here in Catoosa. 10:33 left in this one. This is Southern Sports Network. Carter Randolph. This is Kyle Sullivan. We'll be right back with the action right after this.
Make fall all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience.
Catoosa on back-to-back drives finds the end zone, and it's all thanks to this Catoosa defense, as back-to-back turnovers has given them that opportunity. And like we were saying before break, the adjustments made at halftime were crucial as we see receivers trying to motion to get over when their quarterback's on the run, and just a lot of big plays here from this Indian defense. And the Indian offense as well. And Kyle, I mean, what are you expecting? Are you expecting another turnover? What do you think the Indian defense is going to do? Are they bringing the heat or pushing back a little bit?
No, I mean, you put your foot on their throat and go for it. And man, what a kick as they're running down the field, and it looks like
he gets popped.
Big football hit.
Yes, he does, as the Indian special teams meets him at around the 25-yard line and doesn't let him get another yard. So we take another look at that one. And yeah, like you said, man, like Lamar Jackson said after this last football game last Sunday, yes, against the Bills, or no, against the Cowboys, sorry about that. You cannot put your foot off the gas. I mean, these teams are good. They will fight you to the last whistle, so you cannot stop. You have got to go 24/7 here in Oklahoma high school football. And I would say 4A, but in all classes. This is a good football state.
Yeah, once you start letting up, you get sloppy, you get loose, and, man, that's just not what you want to do. They'll fight back. There's plenty of time left, and Grove's 3-0 for a reason.
Exactly. Catoosa looking to make that 3-1 as Grove is going to drop back. Looking deep again, but there's two guys on him, and he just goes up and gets it. Jacob Gaines doing his best Randy Moss impersonation as he gets it to around the 40-yard line as Grove is on the move.
Man, as we look at that replay, the Catoosa defense was in position.
Double covered.
Gaines just made a better play. That's good on good. Wasn't busted. Tanner Casey's got to just be kicking himself.
Headed at the high point. I mean, can't complain there. Good catch from number one, but if you're Coach Guerrero, you're not happy about that one. Double covered, got to make that stop. A miscommunication as number 85 took off on a streak. The quarterback, number 5, was thinking he was going to have a comeback route at about the 30. That's going to be an incomplete pass, make this 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'm glad there was miscommunication because our DB was not in position.
He looked like he was slowing down. Yeah, I saw that same thing. I said, that's not good.
He's got to keep his eyes on the wide receiver. He likely slowed down because he was watching the quarterback. Quarterback looks like he's going to make that throw over to the side, and you got to watch that for sure.
Yep, looking to stop the clock here are the Ridgerunners, so got to protect the out-of-bounds lines. Ezra Gates looking to make a couple moves, ends up stumbling at the line of scrimmage. Maybe falls for about a 1-yard gain. Going to make it 3rd and 9. Not trying to look ahead here as there's still 9 minutes left in this one. But next week, Catoosa is going to Skytook, who last time I heard was down about 24-3 to Cushing. So make sure to check in on that one. It'll be here on Southern Sports Network. You can find us on any app store, Facebook, YouTube, or Roku. Make sure to check us out. Also, make sure to check out Straight Off the Bench podcast, hosted by me and Lake Lyle. Find that on Spotify. So Grove has another quick pass to the sideline as that's to number 85. I believe that's Isaac Sheffield, the junior receiver. As he pushes it for about 10 and moves the chains.
Pushed out of bounds at the Indian 31, number 8, Seth Charles.
Little miscommunication. Braxton Green was a little late running over there, but they try and get outside to the Ridgerunners, and 3 black jerseys meet him. It's about a 3-yard gain. Going to make it 2nd and about 7.
Yeah, again, this defense is holding strong. This defense is running to the ball. It's been really impressive. With just over 8 minutes left to go, it is the time they want to shine.
This is the time where you really need to get gritty. Make them earn this touchdown. Make them kill about 4 minutes off this clock. Really make them inch their way.
Yeah, with the clock running, you really think that they're going to pick up the intensity and the urgency here.
No doubt, as they drop back again. And they take another shot. He's double covered, and this time Tanner Casey is able to put a hand up. Makes it an incomplete pass. I'm going to make it 3rd and 8. Just over 8 minutes left in the ball game.
And again, as we watch this, you see the adjustments that's been made in the second half. He goes tall. Tanner Casey's coming over the top. He doesn't play the receiver this time. He plays the ball, makes the right play.
Exactly. Understands, doesn't need an interception, just needs to make that ball hit the dirt. And right now it seems like the only thing Grove has is a straight shot down the field, 40-yard bomb. Tried that about 4 times on this drive. More passes in this drive than they have all game, and that's going to be an illegal formation as they had 2 guys moving at the same time. Looks like it was either that or a false start. Don't know which one they accepted, but that is going to push them back. Went from 3rd and 8 to around 3rd and about 13. Score update for the big Tulsa showdown. Broken Arrow is down right now to Owasso, 8-0 in the second quarter. Dale City on top of Collinsville, 28-0, as they're going to take another shot. And I thought that was a push-off, but they're going to let him get away with it as the deep bombs keep on coming. And this time it works out as that's touchdown Ridgerunners. It's 20-13 here in Catoosa.
And again, that's at Gaines, and man, he's a big guy. Mm-hmm. He can throw it. You'll see here on the top, he's got 2-3 inches on him.
The fact that they're letting him get behind them at all is kind of insane to me, as you've seen what they're trying to do. You've seen what he can do. Just let him, keep him in front of you. That PAT attempt is good, and this is a 6-point ball game, folks. Still a lot of time in this one, 7:55 left. The Indians need points, and if only a field goal, but they need some points, and they need them now. Yeah, Grove seemed like a broken record on that drive. I mean, play action and throw it down the field to number 1, Jacob Gaines. He is a senior in this Ridgerunner offense, and you can tell he's probably been a playmaker there for a while, as he has mastered that high point and just goes up and gets that thing.
Yeah, and if I'm Catoosa here, it is run the ball, run the clock. Mm-hmm. Run the ball, run the clock. And get down the field, but don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry, because if you're Grove's play caller right now, you know, okay, we got number 1. Mm-hmm. We got number 1, and we can get on the board quick and in a hurry if need be.
No doubt, like you said, luckily this Grove team has not been able to stop the run all game. So if I'm Coach Guerrero, it's Avon Robbins and Michael Blendowski time. Let those two work my way to a win. They try a little squeak onside, but it doesn't work. Good job, number 42, as he was ready and ends up falling on the ball. Kyler Rogers with maybe the play of the game there on that kickoff.
Absolutely. You'll see that. And, man, great technique. He falls on it, doesn't try to do too much. And, again, that's great special teams play from Catoosa. And, yeah, that's just good ball.
Not the most magical looking play, but I promise you folks, that is one that matters. That would have changed all the momentum in this one. But now Catoosa gets the ball in great field position near the 50-yard line.
You know, and I think it's, Carter, I think it's a little bit intentional, because if they get the onside kick, great. If they don't, then it's half the field for Catoosa to have to drive. Exactly. And so that's less time they can take off the clock.
If they can get away with giving away a field goal, got plenty of time, maybe 2.5 minutes or more to get this ball down, tie this ball game up. But we know the Indians are going to let this clock roll as we get to that 7:30 mark. Indians end up losing 2 on the first play, so it's going to be 2nd and 12. Bunch set at the bottom of your screen. They're going to do a quick screen out to Repslager, and he has room. You can see those long legs running like a gazelle. Took about 3 steps, got about 20 yards, and got another first down for this Indian offense.
And And again, that bunch set has been so good for him. And as we look at it here, he steps back. It's quick throw, quick release, and then number 12 does what he does. And yeah, you're right. He took about 4 steps and got 25 yards.
It was insane, just stride after stride. That's why number 12 needs to be in the ball game. One of the big-time playmakers for this Indian football team. Blendowski going behind O'Neal. They're going to try and find Boomer Lovins, and he had some space, but O'Neal throws it a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, a little more loft on that, and Boomer would have been booming down the field.
And the worst thing about that is it stops the clock, so we stop it at 6:35 here, and now you basically are telling, after that miss, you're basically telling the whole stadium that you're running this.
You're running the ball.
You're trying to get the clock as low as you can. No questions asked. They do run it. Another pitch to Blendowski, and he cuts it back in. Still wiggling. Got to hold on to that football. He's able to wiggle his way right in front of that line of scrimmage, so it's going to be about 3rd and 9 here. Gets what he lost back.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the bunch down at the bottom of your screen again and see if they can't test the waters again with a screen to number 12.
I absolutely love that idea. 3rd and 10. Sort of, kind of right. Are you, Kyle? Got a trips to the bottom of your screen. And they are going to do that quick screen. Repschlager, kind of a young move right there, as he probably should have cut it inside to keep that clock running. Instead, ends up inching his way out of bounds and is way short of that first down, so it's going to be 4th and about 8.
Yeah, it's interesting about that. Their gaps, their splits were way wider, and so it's they didn't have what they needed to get enough confusion on the Grove's defense, and so was able to push him out and get him out of bounds, which again is not what you want to do if you're the Catoosa Indians right now.
Not at all, as Blendowski comes on to punt for about the 4th time today, and all 3 of his punts have been good. He's pinned them inside the 5 twice, and he might do it again. Yes, he does. Blendowski might have a future as a punter, because that is the 3rd punt today that has been inside the 5. What a couple kicks from number 30, the Swiss Army knife of this Indian football team.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, and you got Tanner Casey running down as the gunner to put it on, put it before it gets into that end zone. And man, if you're Grove, I mean, I feel like they got a one-play playbook right now.
Literally, one play
to number 1, and you got to know that that's coming.
No doubt. Right now, it's either the Ezra Gates show or Jacob Gaines, number 1, the man who made the last touchdown on the last drive. See what Grove comes up with. Coaches are right next to us in this booth to our left. See what they have cooked up here for this final, or this potentially final drive for this Ridge Runner offense. Ezra Gates still in the backfield next to Gavin Wyatt. Wyatt drops the snap. Ends up getting it and pushes his way back out of the end zone. That was real close to being a safety, folks.
It was real close to being a safety, and that would have been disastrous for Grove.
Would have been probably the nail in the coffin. But instead, number 5 says, I need to get this out of here, and powers his way back to the line of scrimmage. Still 2nd and 10.
Again, you may have a draw here to get them up the field, but
Gavin looks down the middle of the field, and there's a guy right there, and he makes the one-handed grab, and he's going to go untouched into the end zone. A defensive breakdown for the Indians. And now this ball game's tied, 20-20. 4:47 left here in the 4th.
Unreal. Just another wide receiver get behind him, and this time quarterback, he just made a terrific throw. All the concerns about, is he going to be able to throw in this game? Out the window.
And he didn't do it basically all game, but these last 2 drives, he is making up for all that. And you got to look at it on the Catoosa side as well. Defensive breakdown, I mean, someone's got to be there. If you're not covering the deep zones, what are you covering? That PAT is good, and Grove takes back the lead. Now this Indian offense, who's been in basically cruise mode for the best, basically 2 quarters, needs to find a spark here and go score some points as they're down 1, just under 5 minutes left in this one. That being said, we're going to take our last commercial break, folks. We'll be right back with some more action right after this. This is Southern Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma.
After a crazy turn of events, the Ridgerunners have retaken the lead. It's 21-20, 4:47 left, but Catoosa is about to take this kickoff as the Ridgerunners do a pooch kick to Blendowski, who takes the return, looking for a hole. Makes a couple men miss, still on his feet. Ends up getting grabbed and dropped at the 30. The Indian offense, number 5 O'Neal, and the Indian offense come back out on the field.
Yeah, if I'm O'Neal in the huddle, I'm steadying my guys. We still have plenty of time. Field goal or a touchdown's on the board for us to win this game. But I'm not leaving any time on the clock. We need to run the ball, go down the field, either get a chunk, get a touchdown, or at the very least, we have Blendowski. He can kick.
That's what I was about to say. Blendowski had a game winner last week to put his team up with about 4 minutes left in the ballgame against Inola. See if he can do it again. It's a broken play. O'Neal just has to take it himself. That couldn't have come at a worse time. Luckily, he was able to at least grab 1 yard as it's 2nd and 9 here. So O'Neal, as there's a broken play, and O'Neal has to take it himself just to make sure they don't lose a yard. Like we said at the start of this, we needed 4 good quarters out of the Indians. We got about 3.5. We'll see if we can pick up the pace with just under 4 minutes left. Quick throw to DeAndre Hamilton, who spins outside, keeps the pile going as he gets it past the 45, near the 50.
And again, a smart on this getting out of bounds is what your team needs. And so there for a moment, I thought he was running up the sideline, going to get tackled in bounds, but he gets out of bounds, and they move the chains again for the Catoosa Indians. Right under 4 minutes to go on the 45-yard line, and
both teams have 2 timeouts left. Low snap. He's able to get it. Hands it to Avon Robbins, who gets grabbed and just keeps running. He gets grabbed by about 4 white jerseys, and he's down at about the 47. Going to be 2nd and 8.
Brought down after gain of the tackle on the play by number 64, Nolan Harvey. The 2nd down and 8 to the Indians at their own 47.
Looking at number 12 on the bottom of the screen there. He is he's got a straight line if he wants it.
Once again, O'Neal just ends up having to run out of bounds. It probably should have been a late hit, but once again, no flag. It was probably because the ref on this side was actually on the ground with number 5, so no flag, and that'll make it 3rd and about 10.
Yeah, I think he missed that because he was also on the ground.
He got tackled just along with number 5, Brogan O'Neal, but that proves to be devastating. It's 3rd and 10, and now people are starting to get a little bit nervous. 3:15 left in this one. They need to get this one to 4th and about short. 4th and manageable at least. O'Neal drops back, going deep. DeAndre wasn't even ready for it. Did he come down with that? Yes, he did. Are they going to call that a catch? No, they're not. That backside ref said the ball did hit the turf. So actually going to make this 4th down and like 10. Coach Guerrero is fuming. I don't know if he's yelling at number 12 or the official. So that makes it 4th and 10. 3:07 left. You got to think, if the Indians don't get it here, will they have another shot?
And looking at play again, it was, it was there. I think O'Neal was going for the big play, obviously. However, he had the first down in the flats.
A couple times he's missed an open man in the flat.
Catoosa looks like they're going to call a timeout and talk about this play. I think it's the right call by Coach Guerrero for sure. Get the boys settled. Definitely. Get it back on the field with the perfect play on this 4th and 10 with right over 3 minutes to go, down 1 for the Catoosa Indians.
Totally agree. Either call the play you're most comfortable with in this situation or a play you've made for this specific situation. I mean, a special drama play, backyard football type play, but I don't know. They need something, and they need it now, Kyle.
Carter, you know what we have not seen that we've seen in the first 3 weeks? The catch and pitch.
Oh, the shooting ladder?
Shooting ladder.
Oh, baby. It'd be a perfect time.
It'd be a perfect time. We've seen it in every single game one time.
Maybe that's why they haven't seen it. Maybe they think they're game planning for it. I know if I'm Grove, that's the one I'm talking about. But, man, we would love to see it, and we'd love to see it successful right about now. David Robbins going to stay in.
Yeah, that would be something for sure, because we have ran it when we have a wide side of the field.
Did you see the one the Lions ran on Sunday? Lost me my fantasy game, man. I was so mad. Nevertheless, it's game time. 3:07 left. O'Neal gets the hike, drops back. And I think there was a timeout called. False start. Oh, no. So instead of 4th and 10, it is now going to be 4th and about 15. This is starting to become a little bit of a shell shock here in the stadium, as with 8 minutes left in the 4th, it was 20-7. And now with 3:05 left here, it is 21-20. Indians really need to convert this. 15 yards to get it. Neal drops back, gets flushed again, needs to throw it. Toss it to Avon. That's got to be pass interference, right? He didn't even turn around. Oh, I think the ref missed that one, but I guess we will never know, as they call that incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs, as a couple of the refs are going over to talk about it. And I feel like it's a little too late to be throwing the flag. I don't think the Indians are going to get it. But, man, I mean, he didn't even turn his head or nothing, as we're going to take another look at that one. Kyle, did you think this was pass interference?
It's 100% pass interference. He turned, but the ball wasn't even close to him yet. So maybe the ref is saying he turned his head at one point, but you tackled the guy before the ball got there.
And you turned it back around and tackled the dude before he even caught it.
I think this officiating, which across all levels has not been good.
No, it has not.
Has not been good. I think they need a raise or something to be able to get some full-time refs. I know McAfee was talking about that this week. Man, you need to have some accountability to these refs. And I get it. They got a hard job. That wasn't a hard play to call.
No. That was one he definitely missed. Just the icing on the cake here for this Indian football team, the way this fourth quarter has gone. It's a nice run by Ezra Gates. Gets them about 5. 2:40 left in the ball game. One timeout left with the Indians.
They have the 2-minute timeout and one in their pocket, but
I don't believe they have the 2-minute here in high school, actually. I don't believe so.
I'm already thinking
sure I said that my first or second game. I had to learn that the hard way. So it gets closer to that 2-minute. They could definitely use a 2-minute warning right now, though. Save them a little bit of time. So Ezra Gates goes untouched until he gets to about the 25-yard line. He runs over number 12, Repschlager. Repschlager has a bit of a stinger. He's wanting to come out. Tanner Casey's going to come back on. Nevertheless, the chains are pushed, and that could be the end of this one, folks. Just missed opportunities here for the Indians. I mean, Grove was pushed back in their 5 a couple of times. They were only able, I believe, to come away with points on that once. So definitely a couple of missed opportunities, but they should definitely be in the lead in this one. See if they can make a last-second miracle here in Catoosa. Skates lowers the shoulder, gets another quick 4.
Yeah, this defense has created fumbles. And so, you know,
2 turnovers,
and so still time. About a minute and a half left, and man, you really want that extra point now.
That's what I was just about to say. You never think about a PAT that much until a situation like this. 1 point off the board. All you need and all you can think about is that blocked PAT coming back to bite you. Both teams had a little bit of shakiness to them. I mean, Grove started out real shaky, a lot of miscommunications, but late here in this second half have really come together and found their own. It's been kind of the opposite here for this Indians ball club.
You get a lot of guys, man. It's slow moving. They play both ways, and it's incredible. They're versatile. However, it wears on the body. And now in week 4 of that, and it's I wouldn't be surprised to see less of that, except for when you need it.
And I was going to try and maybe say maybe this has to do with a couple of guys playing both sides of the ball, but every touchdown's just been basically a Hail Mary. So, I mean, is that really on those guys? Oh, that should be a horse collar, but they're going to let him get away with it. Looked like he grabbed the back of that jersey, the back neck area.
At least they're consistent.
Yes.
At least the refereeing tonight has been consistent, because that definitely should have had some laundry out on the field, and maybe they talked to him. The first 3 weeks we've had a lot of laundry on the field. Tonight, not so much.
The boys play. So we are just under a minute now. The seconds start to tick away. And Grove is going to, I believe, take their second loss of the season. Led this one for about 3.5 quarters, but late here in the 4th, Grove was able to retake that lead. I don't know why Grove would want to call a timeout. That's a little bit weird, but they're going to talk this one over. Yeah, like I said earlier, to start the 3rd quarter, Catoosa is going to Skiatook next week. They will face off against the Skiatook Bulldogs, I believe. Sorry if I just botched that. But Skiatook was down about 24-3 against Cushing, which, if you know Oklahoma high school football, Cushing is a powerhouse here in Oklahoma. They are a very good football team, so really no respect lost there, but we'll definitely see if Catoosa can get back on the winning track next week. And what changes are you going to want to see out of this Catoosa football team? Just be able to finish, or?
That's it. We've yet, 4 weeks in, we've yet to see a complete game. We thought it was tonight. They were firing on all cylinders. Defense was playing great. Complimentary football. There's about a 6-minute gap where I don't know if it's the cooler weather outside, I don't know what, but things started to break down, momentum shifted, and man, it was just tough. So that's got to be the message this week is finish, finish, finish.
And a lot of good things to go off of in this game, but definitely a lot of changes need to be made. As the Indians are going to fall to 2-2 as we get to that 30-second mark. Luckily, still a lot of conference games left in this one. This is just the opening of conference play, so plenty of time to change this season around. As both teams are going to go back to their respective benches, or is there another timeout called? Nope, this one is over, folks. We're at the 10-second mark, and Catoosa is going to fall here in week 4, 21-20. Another barn burner here at Frank McNabb Field. as Grove has come down to the Indians' place and beat them in their own house. Coach Guerrero is going to have a lot to say after the game, I'm sure, but look for this Indian team to take a step back in the right direction next week against Skytook. This is Southern Sports Network. I'm Carter Randolph. This is Kyle Sullivan. We'll be back with more action next week, next Friday, for more Oklahoma high school football. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.